Hello, everybody. Well, it looks like there's just two of us thus far. We'll be waiting a few minutes to let's see if we can, some more people show up. I hope everybody's having a good day today. So yeah. Well, hopefully, how was your day? How was your day today? As I said, no, just wait a few minutes. To see some more people show up. And yes, I see. Well, there was one other person here. I guess they were just wanting to lurk. That shock is amazing. Yes, as we of course are just waiting on some more people to show up here. Let's see. That shock is amazing. Superhero static shocker. Superhero static shocker. Superhero static shocker. Getting twisted. Superhero missed it. Nobody knows what I do, yeah. Superhero static shocker. Superhero static shocker. Nobody knows what I do. Superhero static shocker. Superhero static shocker. You know, yeah, that almost sounds almost like gay. Should find a better way of saying it. Anyway. Oh, we got some conversation going now. Hello. Hello, Mike. Hey, toys. Hey, Batcoat. Yeah, we got some people in here now. Good. Got at least three of us here. I'm here just bouncing Flash. Yeah, I know you were over there because I kind of peeked in on that too. Yeah, this is sometimes one of the problems with this move, of course, is that 6 o'clock is pretty. There are a lot of people who will tend to do it around this time as well. Basically any time between 5 and 7, or 5 and 8 Pacific, 8 and 11 Eastern, 6 and 9 Central. You're gonna have people. Hey, Cross Comics, how you doing, man? And as always, guys, of course, I do appreciate any and all likes and shares. Helps get more people in here. True, it's prime time, but I like it better. Yeah. Well, again, I'm hoping Batgoat that I can get more people to come in. Yeah. Yeah, guys, Cross Comics is a comics creator. Let's make him feel welcome here. If you guys can help me out with that, that'd be appreciated. Good. Get better as well. Yeah, that's why I figured it would help you guys out as well. So anyway, so it looks like, let's see, we got 2, 3, and we got, well, the counter says 2, but it's more like 4. So I don't know what's so. And once again, of course, I do thank you guys for the likes and shares. Um. So yeah. So 1, 2 watching that. More than 2, you ding dong. I'm talking to YouTube, not you guys, obviously, when I say that. Okay. I mentioned your channel in the chat before I left Flash. Um, did anybody respond or you know? Thanks for the thing. Talking to Susan, laugh out loud. Shared on Twitter. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Cross. Um, yeah. So let's see. We got three, four of us now. Let's see. And we're all right. I'll wait just a couple more minutes here. Once we get to around the 8 minute mark, um, then I'll talk about what will be on tap for tonight. Yeah. Good thing you came in, Cross, because one of the stories I'm going to lead off with is a story from RJ's site. So, um, yeah. So, let's see. 6:15. Let's see now. Yeah, I know I asked this already, Becco. I just don't see your, or unless talking to Susan was your response to this. But, well, you did say that you mentioned it before you left, so you may not have been able to read any response or hear any responses if you left before anybody responded to it. I was just wondering if anybody responded to what you had said. Cool. Yeah. Thanks for dropping in too, Cross Comics. I do appreciate that. Want to try to get more viewers in here to listen to the content. We're at 7 minutes now, so um, we're shooting the breeze here a little bit until giving people a chance to come in, and I usually will start at the latest at like 10 minutes in, so or try to, anyways. No, I typed it out and left. Okay. Well, maybe we'll get lucky, and maybe some of them will decide to drop over when Flash is finished. Albeit, with my luck, by the time they do that, I'll probably be finished with all the stories, anyways. I'd been talking with one of my chat friends though before I left, so I know people saw it. So, all right. Well, thanks, Backup, for helping me out with that. Let's see. So, okay, so we're now coming up on the 8 minute mark here. So, all right. So here's what's on tap for tonight. I've got 7 stories to go over. 2 comic related, 5 anime related. One story. The story we'll be leading off with is from RJ site Critical Blast. One story from there. One story from Bounding into Comics, and the other 5 all from CBR. Those are the anime related stories. Among those include RJ, writing about his interview with Chris Weignod. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. For his Tights comic. Um, also, let's see. AT&T apparently now is putting their 2 cents into all their employees about critical race theory. That's another story we're going to be touching upon. And then we're going to learn a little bit about what a yandere anime character is. We're going to be looking back to some shoujo anime from the 2000s. Some Gundam cafes are closing. And a couple other things I can't remember off the top of my head right now. Hey, Leto! You made it, huh? All right, so now it looks like we have probably 5 people in here. Let's see. Leto, Patcoat, Toys, Cross, and yeah, we got 5 people. Hey, Toys and Batgoat. Yeah, we have another new guy in here as well. Leto, we have a guy named Cross Comics there. I want to say hi to him as well. Make him feel welcome. Yeah, I did. Well, I'm fine. Let's see. So we're now at the 10 minute mark. So now would be a good time. And as always, guys, if you haven't already, if you guys can like and share the stream to help get the word out, that'd be appreciated. Um, so with that, why don't we go ahead and get started then on the articles in here as we move forward here. I don't remember where I want to go here. Oh yeah, there we go. Had to find the right tag. All right, there. Stop counting who's in here. I'm like looking at the time. Yeah, I know when you're at school. Yeah, I know. Just trying out some beard mushroom balm. I'm gonna. All right. Hello, Cross Comic. Alrighty then. So, anyways, let's get to the news stories then. Okay, let me go back up to the title first here. Okay. Yeah, Wagon. COVID, cabin fever, capes. Inside Chris Wagon's superhero satire Tights. Submitted by R.J. Carter on Monday last night, 22:47, which translates to 10:47 p.m. In the world of tights, the world gets hit with COVID 21 right on the heels of COVID 19. Starting over from square one is more than the battered economy can take. And the combination of isolation, unemployment, and endless hours of Disney Plus streaming content leads to the inevitable people dressing up as superheroes to fight crime, save the city, and grab some justice for themselves. Why they most often do what they most often do, however, is cause problems, get arrested, and clog up the court systems. That's where Chris Wagon's protagonist enters. Judge Oliver Andrews has had enough with the constant barrage of would-be crime fighters. They're the bane of his existence. Oh boy. Oh boy. But when a ghost from Oliver's past as a prosecuting attorney returns to turn his life into a nightmare, the judge may have to become the thing he hates in order to mete out justice. Tights is a crowd-funded comic book currently gathering steam on Kickstarter, written by Chris Wagan and art by Edison Neo. The first issue of a planned 8-issue arc is filled with action, satire, humor, and is definitely aimed at adults. You can find the first issue at Kickstarter and watch our interview with the team below. Yeah, it was primarily Chris who was there for the most part, and then Edison came in late. And that's all for that article. So that one went pretty quick. Anyways, let's see. I'm good, Leto. I'm good. Just worked on a little video editing, made a small intro, and I think it looks okay. COVID 21. Oh, Lord. Yeah. Hey, Batgoat. Did you catch Nick's stream in the morning? It was pretty interesting to watch. Yeah. Yeah, I know he's covering the Kyle Rittenhouse case. I guess they're watching they're watching the trial. I know one of the things that made news last week about it is that the judge basically told the prosecutors they can't they can't call those people who got shot as victims. That was one of the. Hi, Leto and chat. Yeah, so let's see. Mid 40s tomorrow. I might try to throw before trivia. Hmm. Yeah, you'll have to be all bundled up though, won't you, back out? Anyways, okay. So, now let's get ready to move on to the next article. Then that one went pretty quickly there. Let's see. Brain fart. Right. So here's the next article we shall look at here. All right. So, here we go with the next article here from this one over and bounding into comics. Report: AT&T, the parent company of DC Comics, latest to push critical race theory on employees. Article by Spencer Bacouli, published earlier today. So let's take a look what's going on here. Telecom giant AT&T, whose current holdings include Warner Media and DC Comics, is the latest American corporation to have been found pushing the concept of critical race theory upon its employees. Get a cover here: Superman's girlfriend, Lois Lane. This is a title that ran, I think, from the 60s to the 80s. So that's some interesting stories, and I'm curious. Black. According to a set of documents obtained by independent reporter and vocal critical race theory opponent Christopher F. Rufo, AT&T has been promoting a new, quote, listen, understand, act, unsmaller quote, initiative. Listen, understand, act in smaller quotes, or singular quotes, um, which seeks to provide employees with a number of online quote unquote quote tools to better educate and inform yourself on racial equality, unquote. All of which are based heavily on critical race and social justice schools of thought. For example, resources provided by AT&T in their Listen, Understand, Act portal include a video of Robin DiAngelo speaking on quote unquote white fragility, Ibram X. Kendi's book, quote, Stamped from the Beginning: The Definitive History of Racist Ideas in America, and a column of Darlene Glanton published by the Chicago Tribune titled White America. If you want to know who's responsible for racism, look in the mirror, unquote. Sounds like very divisive language, doesn't it? It almost sounds like they're trying to bait a race war, doesn't it? Every time, it gets my dander up every time I hear this garbage because it's divisive. Continuing crying and playing victim is divisive. Quote, white people, you are the problem, unquote, declares Glanton in her column. Quote, regardless of how much you say you detest racism, you are the sole reason it has flourished for centuries. And you are the only ones who can stop it, unquote. No. Actually, that is undeniably and undeniably wrong. That is undeniably wrong. These people, they like to talk about how whites have been racist against blacks all this time, but you don't hear anything about how the reverse happens in South Africa. Okay? South Africa, they have apartheid, where it's actually the other way around. It's the black people who are racist against the white people. But you don't hear them complain about that. You don't hear them complain about that. It's let's see. I did cold weather training with the Marines for years. Um, okay. Be sure bring a lot of ice for the bath. uh, how about that will do? It sure does. I have a great joke about the Dear White People show. Um, as in this the opposite of it. Um, maybe I'll make a video about it. Wait, does she have red hair when she puts on a Batwoman mask? I'm allowed. I don't know. I really don't know. I just think she's full of it. I think she's full of, you know. Yeah, it's fun. It's funny how they like to cry racism and play the victim, but they forget that in other parts of the world, it's actually the other way around. You know, they have apartheid in South Africa where it's the blacks who are actually racist against the white. You know, and they like to also say how people are like Islamophobic or Muslim phobic, but the Muslims are just as bad as the evil that they say that the other side does. They're just as racist or thesis again, whatever you want to call it, against like Christians and other religions as well. They're not very tolerant either. So, but you don't hear anything about that, do you? Another resource provided by AT&T in the online portal is a quote 21-day racial equality habit building challenge unquote, developed by diversity education research and consulting firm America and More, which invites employees to quote do one action a day to further their understanding of power, privilege, supremacy, oppression, and equity. What you forget is the Constitution guarantees you equality, not equity. Okay, you have to actually get up off your lazy butts and do something to get what you want. To that end, suggested actions include reading articles such as Explaining White Privilege to a Broke White Person by Gina Crossley Cochran, listening to Nicole Hannah Jones' audio rendition of her widely criticized and all but denounced 1619, audio rendition and widely criticized and all but denounced 1619 project, or watching a video by Trent Shelton, which, quote, speaks to the negative pull we can feel from old friends what we try to spread, when we try to spread our wings, unquote. Yeah, Shen, a lot of this sounds like one of the things that Charles Schultz is talking about in his little comic that we read about yesterday in that art story we read yesterday, right? Where corporations are pushing a lot of this divisive rhetoric as well. This last resource carries a seemingly sinister connotation, being included in the challenge in an ostensible attempt to emotionally manipulate and prime viewers into rejecting any further criticism or concern of the new taught potential CRT heavy leanings from loved ones, as the video does not specifically discuss anything related to race or social justice, but is in fact merely a Tony Robbins esque speech written by the former NFL wide receiver in promotion of his inspirational book, The Greatest You: Face Reality, Release Negativity, and Live Your Purpose. In an April 20th email sent by AT&T CEO John Stankey, in discussion of the company's commitment to CRT based activism, yeah, spreading around the BS, the executive told employees, quote, as I said last summer, we have a moral and business obligation to engage in the issue of racial. No, you don't. You don't. Yeah, you're in the business to make money. Okay, that's it. That's what your shareholders want you to do. Not engage in BS. Okay, to live up to our value to stand for equality for our employees and to actively participate in helping create an equitable society. No, it's to make money, you ding dong. Unquote. Quote, and we have worked to do just that, inside and outside of AT&T, unquote. Yeah, and that's why, DC Comics is is losing money and has lost money over the last 2 years. He added, quote, but we have much more to do, unquote. No, more like the big lie. Quote, in the past year, we have put AT&T resources and leadership to work toward initiatives that we believe can advance economic opportunity, overcome systemic educational barriers, and help to reform law enforcement, unquote. Stanky explained, quote, the vast majority of law enforcement officers do good work to serve and protect all of us equally. But it's also clear from the disturbing racial injustices that continue to happen that we need systemic reforms in police departments across the country. No, we don't. You all need to stop shutting up and playing the victim. Stop crying. Go out and be a part of society. Stop trying to divide society. Instead, try to do something positive for it. Help your fellow man regardless of who he is or what he is. Don't engage in this divisive talk because, you know, as Martin Luther King, well, I'm going to paraphrase a little bit of what Martin Luther King said. Some of it is a direct quote. Violence begets violence. Hatred begets hatred. All right? So as long as they continue to engage in this divisive rhetoric, they should almost expect to have it fired right back at them. Wow. Oh, we got somebody new in here as well. Hello. Oh, DDP. Let's see. How diverse is the hello all? Hey, intense. Hello, intense webs. Hello, intense webs. Does Mike need a haircut? 1 for yes, 2 for let it flow. Yeah, Batcoat, I know. I actually did trim down my beard the other day because I was starting to eat my hair a little bit. And here's Cross Comment saying hi to Intense Webs. Batgoat, how dare you? Those board of director members' pockets are very diverse. The variety of $20s, $100, $20s, hundreds bills. One. Leto, that's good. Wow. DT DT or DD token. Hello, DD. I wonder if he knows what DTP token is. No, I don't. No, what's that? I doubt if any of us really know. Hey, Mike. Hey, Intense Webs, I see you there. One. Yeah, I know. Later, man. One. What is it? Well, if I had to take a bit of a guess here, uh, something tells me DDP token may have something to do with diversity or if I just had to kind of guess by if I just can take a wild guess the mood of what he was writing there, I don't I don't think he cared for how I was describing this stuff. So he may be in the minority on that aspect of it. So, eh, but that's just my guess. But anyways, back to the article here. Um, quote, this is where we've been most involved, quote, he asserted. Quote, because all AT&T employees benefit by living in safe communities characterized by trusted relationships between law enforcement and those they serve, this translates into our employees' well-being at work and our ability to recruit a diverse and capable workforce in our communities, unquote. As of writing, AT&T has not responded to Rufo's request for comment. Um, what do you make of AT&T critical race theory based initiatives? Let us know your thoughts on social media or in the comments down below. Well, I mean, if and also now that I think about it, if the word token in there, maybe oh, cross comments DTP token, I would say it is a cryptocurrency. Well, yeah, cross. One of the things I was starting to realize he was saying token. Token like you know tokens also a word they use for when when people are trying to be diverse, when companies are trying to be diverse, and so they throw in the quote unquote token black guy or the token Muslim or the token woman. That's what I. That's one of the things that kind of crossed my mind as I thought about it a little bit. We will never know. It is crypto, but probably best to move on. Yeah, I mean he left obviously, so you know, cool that. Hey, across comics, you know, like token on South. That could be Batgoat, but yeah, but basically, again, I don't know. And again, guys, I just thank you again for all the likes and shares. Um, I do appreciate that. Um, again, we may never. I mean, well, I guess cross. Maybe you already looked it up. You know, it might have more than one meaning too. Think about it. It might be, as you said, a crypto. It might be cryptocurrency, but it also could be alluding to what I was talking about earlier too. Press on each. Yeah, I know. I know. I'm talking too much about that now. It is best to move on. So let's do that. Let's move on to some anime stories now. For those of you who've been around me a while, you know I can get pretty heated on some of this stuff. So pardon me for the newer people. Pardon me if I did get a little more animated there. Anyways, now as I said, time to move on to some anime stories. Don't involve any of the garbage. Just some good old fashioned interesting things here. Okay. So here's the first anime article we're going to be looking at here. Um, hey Timothy, hey, how you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. Hey everybody, say hello to Timothy Olsen here. He's another guy who I saw on I think on Pop Stream and maybe RJ's as well. So guys, say hi to Timothy here. Boom, new subscriber. Thank you for the new subscription. And always, I do always appreciate the likes and shares. We do. Get angry, Mike. Um, hey, Timothy. Let's make sure the guys who, my veterans here, please, let's make sure that our new guys feel welcome. I do appreciate when you guys help me out with that. So, hey, Timothy Olsen from Cross Comics. Hey, Timothy, cool. Laugh out loud. Let's see. Ha! You made a joke. More animated. Well, more of a pun on words, Timothy. I'm known for that. It's more of a pun on words. Yo, what's up? Not much. Just doing a lot of um. Uh, who's Pop Stream? Pop Van Zant. Comic Talk with Pop Van Zant. I know him through RJ. He does like a monthly online Comic Con called CromCon. You might want to Melvin number 2 coming at you soon. What's up, Leto and Rick? All right. All right. So yeah, we're really starting to build now, so that's good. All right. So let's get into this. Okay. So here's the next article we're going to look at. 5 unmistakable signs of a yandere anime character. Yandere characters in the likes of Future Diary and My Hero Academia are bursting with love, but they express it like obsessive criminals. Okay. Article by Lewis Kemner, published 14 hours ago. So those are the. Imagine these type of girls, guys. Imagine these type of girls taking an interest in you. Might be a little scary, don't you think? uh, anyways, the world of anime features a dazzling variety of characters who appear in many literary genres, from the classic girl next door, or responsible big sister, or cool older brother type, to the shy library girl archetype. When it comes to romance, characters with distinct personalities may fit into one of the dairy types. Anybody who's watched harem animes, you know exactly what they're talking about here. We've seen, and I've seen my fair share. And the most extreme of these is the yandere. Not all anime have a yandere character, but when a yandere does appear, that character tends to dominate the show. Actually, the one character I'm reminded of, at least one anime that has a yandere character I'm reminded of is Shuffle. There's a girl who grew up with the main male character um, in it, and essentially another girl came along and it turned pretty gnarly. So, anyways, um, with most scenes centering around that yandere and their interests, activities, and dialogue. Casual anime fans may want to know more about what makes a yandere and what common traits these characters have so they can be identified on sight. Yandere characters are often female. The dere archetypes apply to both male and female characters, and indeed, any character of any sort can be a dere if if their personality and behavior match the archetype. However, the yandere archetype is most typically reserved for female characters, in particular adolescent girls. Sado Matsuzaka from the short series Happy Sugar Life is one example. And Yuno Kasai, of Future Diary fame, is often considered the ultimate yandere, a character most anime fans have at least heard of. An even more recent example includes the villain Himiko Toga, a shape-shifting character from My Hero Academia. Yandere characters are deceptively cute or harmless looking. That's cute and harmless looking right there. Look at that face. She looks like she's about to start cackling. Uh, let's see what we got here. Let's see. Yeah, 42. Let's see what we got here in the conversation. Oh, sounds cool. Feel like we read this before. Oh, maybe somebody else did it. No, thank you. Saw that Yuki from Mirai Nikki. Let's see. Ooh, girls, cooties. Yeah, but we probably can't say that now in today's. Um, just from Street Fighter, Jury from Street Fighter is yandere. Say, is this the stuff that Hirohei always talks about? Might be one of the things. Yandere, tsundere. There's a number of different archetypes that they go into. No, that's My Little Pony Bat Goat. Hey, Woody. What about the other 55 genders? Oh boy. Laugh out loud. Nice. Let's see. About them. Let's see. I forgot that. What people got him mad and called him a brony. So cute. Let's see. Well, there are only two kinds of yanderes. Let's see. Well, what a yandere is an anime character that kind of act. they apparently show their love in a kind of more of an obsessive manner. You might argue they have kind of a psychotic streak in them. Shirai Kuroko from the A Certain series is kind of a yandere towards Misaka Makoto. Did he say girls? Ooh la la, cuties. Hey Woody, how goes it, my friend? All right. Anyway, so now I got through all the chats there. Let's um go ahead and continue with the article here. Some anime characters are genuinely happy all the time, such as the Dere Dere character type, a warm and likable lover who isn't extreme like a yandere or harsh like a tsundere. Um, However, yandere characters such as Sato Matsuzaka and Yuno Gasai only look harmless and happy under certain circumstances. Such characters are two faced, having a cheerful and cute exterior, but a vicious and monstrous interior, making them almost like a character from folklore or mythology. And I think, as I recall, there's another Yandere character I remember, as I said, from, as I talked about earlier, from Shuffle. So, these yandere characters may even look like a princess on the outside to the point where it looks suspicious, as though they're trying a bit too hard to hide their monster side. Sato and Yuno both have pink hair, for example, and Himiko wears an ordinary girls' school uniform, and has her hair done up in innocent looking hair buns. Yandere often have simple but effective weapons. Simple but effective weapons. And I believe that's blood splatter you're seeing right there, those little red blotches right there. I believe this scene might be from Mirai um, Nikai as well, I think. But the other dairy character types aren't usually known for carrying around particular items, but yandere are different. A yandere um, isn't just a vicious character. They also carry around weapons to harm perceived love rivals or intimidate or coerce other parties. Even if a yandere lives in an ordinary setting, they will soon um, obtain trademark weapons, uh, obtain a trademark weapon, and often carry it around, such as Yuno Gasai's axe or Himiko Toga's many knives. Yeah, it reminds me of that girl from Shuffle that I keep thinking about. I know the girl is, I think, voiced by Carrie Savage in the English dub for Funimation. So, um, yanderes can grab a kitchen knife before stalking someone, or they might even obtain a firearm or simply swing a shovel at someone's head. Ay, ay, ay. They'll use whatever they can get their hands on, and they tend to get soaked in their victim's blood as a result of all this violence. Yeah, Yandere. Yeah, you can argue here that Yandere may have the Yandere archetype tend to have a bit of a psychotic streak in them. Let's see. Let's see what we got here now. Oh, there are only two kinds. Oh, wait, yeah, we did read all that. Hey, Woody, how goes it, my friend? Whoa, 10 light. Yeah, we got more people in here too tonight. So we know we're getting people in here, so that's good. I can look at your numbers, Mike. You shouldn't laugh out loud. Uh, I know, very cool. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, I'm glad we're drawing in more people. Yanderis are nearly always possessive. One of the most common traits of a yandere is having a possessive and jealous streak, and they are in agony if anyone else shows affection for their love interest. Jealousy is an ugly emotion even in the best of times, but yandere take it to another level entirely. An anime character who tries to isolate another character to be alone with them is almost certainly a yandere. Some people might suggest it's possessive and potentially psychotic, sociopathic maybe. And they might even use manipulation, deception, or physical means such as kidnapping or violence to make sure they can be alone with the object of their affection. Ren Yanai from Komi Can't Communicate is a recent example of this. This is usually why yanderes carry around weapons to chase off or even kill perceived or real love rivals of any gender. The yandere might not even want their paramour to have regular friends or contact with their family. Yeah, that sounds a little psychotic. Yanderes have blank but intense eyes when they are upset. Spooky. Yanderes have a few visual clues, just like the other dere types, and being soaked in blood is just one of them. The yandere may look fairly normal at first glance, but when they become excited, jealous, angry, or otherwise provoked, they are liable to have their eyes go blank. They might also have a mask like face to match. Um, their whole body freezing up as they process their sudden surge of emotions and formulate a plan of attack. However, despite the potential blank expression, a yandere's eyes can be frightfully intense as well. Ew. Obviously, those are. See, this is probably what you were thinking of, Leto, earlier when you said, "Didn't we read something like this before?" Five unmistakable signs of a tsundere anime character. This article was five unmistakable signs of a yandere character. So similar articles, similar style of articles, just different though. And when that well is dry, you move up and move up one more hour. Be praised. In my yeah. Well, no. If I move up an hour, then I'll be directly competing with RJ because he's on at five, almost like 5 nights a week. So I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to do that. Anyways, moving on to the next article here. Let's see. We're at 54 minutes here, so I think I'm gonna need to probably start. Well, let's see how we go here. The best underrated shoujo animes from the 2000s. As a consistently popular demographic in the 2000s, anime delivered many great shoujos. Article by C.M. Ramsberg, published 12 hours ago. Given shoujo's dominant performance across anime industry, many great series released in the 2000s to help shape and define the demographic. Since shoujo animes target audiences audience Since shoujo anime's target audience is young girls, the majority of these series star female leads and typically center around romance or friendship. As the 2000s provided a treasure trove of great shoujo, here are five hidden gems that deserve more recognition. Natsumi's Book of Friends. Natsumi's Book of Friends is a rare male led shoujo from 2008 starring a boy named Takashi Natsumi who can see yokai. These angry and violent spirits um, have chased Natsumi since childhood. Without knowing why they were after him, however, he soon discovers that his grandmother passed down her book of friends, the list of the list that lists the yokai she controlled. As an orphan with no family to call his own, he encounters a mysterious feline yokai named Madara, who decides to be his bodyguard. This unique and unusual shoujo follows the story of Natsumi as he sets out to free all the yokai in his grandmother's book of friends. Kimi no Todoki. Kimi no Todoki is a 2009 shoujo starring Sawako Kuronuma, a kind and genuine girl who happens to look like a popular horror film character. Given this uncanny resemblance, she's misunderstood and avoided by her classmates, who assume she's as mean and scary as the horror character. Sawako struggles to make friends until she runs into a classmate named Shota Kazuhaya, who doesn't fear her. As the pair grow closer, Shota uncovers Sawako's gentle and true personality that makes her both warm and admirable. Kimi no Todoki focuses on the importance of love and friendship while overcoming your own personal battles. New time slot is bringing the party. Yeah, yep, back go. It looks like that is the case. So hopefully, hopefully it does fully work out. Peach Girl. I've seen this one. This one was a good one. This one was kind of a fun one to watch. Airing in 2005, Peach Girl is a shoujo starring a fit and attractive girl named Momo Adachi. Now, as I understand it, I think either Momo or Adachi means peach in Japanese. One of those two words means peach. Despite being popular with many boys interested in her, she only has eyes for a baseball player named Kazuya Tojigamori. However, her best friend secretly likes the same boy and spreads cruel rumors about her throughout the school. When Momo hears that Toji likes pale girls and she doesn't fit his type, she goes out of her way to alter her appearance in favor of his preferences. While this shoujo focuses on a complex high school love triangle, Peach Girl also develops into deeper themes of self love and acceptance. Special A. Special A is a 2008 shoujo rom-com romantic comedy starring Hikari Hanazono and Kei Takishima, two competitive tsundere trying to outperform one another. Kei has won all of their competitions since their childhood, leading him to call Hikari, quote unquote, Miss Second Place, as a playful taunt. Despite a long history of losses, Hikari never gives up on their comedic rivalry that creates absurd scenarios throughout the series. As overachievers, they're both a part of the Special Aid program at their academy for the school's most prestigious and high performing students. You guys know these type of students, they were like the honors class students or advanced placement students in high school. Um, Hikari and Kei's friends within the program support their wild antics while secretly rooting for them to realize their feelings for one another. Ida Zora na Kiss. Ida Kiss. Airing in 2008, Ida Kiss stars a clingy and bubbly high schooler named Kotoko Aihara. Kotoko has a crush on the popular and handsome senior at school named Naoki Irie, but he turns her down when she confesses her feelings because he's used to girls liking him. However, Kotoko and her father's house suddenly gets destroyed um, in an earthquake, and they're forced to move in with her father's best friend. To her surprise, the best friend's son is none other than Naoki, and they now have to cohabitate. In this quirky shoujo, Kotoko and Naoki's relationship evolves as they live together and gradually become closer. Yeah, it actually kind of sounds a little sim. It sounds similar, not exactly the same. Circumstances are slightly different. It sounds very similar to Marmalade Boy, which was uh, which was an anime from back in the '90s. Sounds like it sounds similar to Marmalade Boy. Smart Kids, I was not part of them. hmm So anyway, so now we can just move on to the next article. I guess we're done with that one. Let's see where we're at on time here. An hour 3 minutes. We've yeah, I think we got three. Let me see. I think we got three more articles, so we should one, two, two and three. Yeah, got three more articles, so we should be getting through them pretty quickly here. You guys know these articles tend to go pretty quickly. Demon Slayer studio founder facing up to a 20-month prison sentence. Demon Slayer studio Ufotable's legal troubles continue as prosecutors seek a hefty fine and a prison sentence for its founder on tax evasion charges. Article by Michael Cerna, published 12 hours ago. The tax evasion case against Demon Slayer animation studio Ufotable may end with the studio paying the Japanese government a substantial fine and with its founder in prison. As reported by TBS News. Now, TBS in this case is the Tokyo Broadcasting System, not to be confused with the TBS here in the States, which is the Turner Broadcasting System. This is Japan, one of Japan's main broadcasters, Tokyo Broadcasting System. The trial for Ufotable's founder, Ufotable's founder and former president Hikaru Kondo, was held in a Japanese court on November 1st, so yesterday. Kondo and the studio were officially indicted on tax evasion charges on July 19th, with prosecutors alleging that Kondo personally evaded paying over 138 million yen, approximately 1.2 million dollars US dollar. 1.2 million US dollars in taxes, while the studio was charged with about $4 million US taxes, 4 million US dollars in unpaid taxes. Both Ufotable and its founder initially denied the allegations, but Kondo ended up confessing to the charges in September. And the animation company announced that they had now filed corrected tax documents and were paying back the owed amount of taxes. Sentencing in the case will occur on December 10th, with Kondo still facing a possible prison sentence of up to 20 months for his crimes, and Ufotable looking at further fines totaling 40 million yen, approximately 35,000 US dollars. And as I said, Ufotable is the company that um, that's the animation company that's doing Demon Slayer. Prosecutors claim that Kondo moved money generated by cafes operated by Ufotable into his personal safe, and that the founder authorized the company to produce fraudulent accounting reports to hide the great increase in its profits. Kondo maintains he only did this to shield the studio from any potential losses in the future, while prosecutors called Kondo quote unquote selfish and greedy and stated that the former president had used the money to buy up real estate in his name rather than use it or any of the studio's or use it on any of the studio's animation projects. Now, I know one of the other anime that there are actually a couple of anime I believe Ufotable um, was involved in. I know they did Ninja Nonsense. That much I do know, and I think they did at least one or two of the Fate series. Fate. I think they did some of the later Fate series. Like I don't know which ones, but like what I'm talking about, like Fate Stay Night, Fate Stay Night, Unlimited Blade Works, that stuff, Fate Zero, those series. I think they at least did maybe one or two of those series as well. Um, Ufotable was founded in 2000, and the studio initially made a name for itself with original anime such as Coyote Ragtime Show and its frequent collaborations with video game publisher Bandai Namco on projects such as anime adaptations of Tales of Symphonia and God Eater. The studio gained further recognition with its acclaimed adaptation of Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works. That's the one I was thinking of, which was lauded for its feature quality animation. Ufotable found its biggest hit in 2019 when it debuted the anime adaptation of Koyoharu Gotoge's hit shonen manga, Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba. The series was a huge hit both in Japan and abroad, with its 2020 continuation movie, Mugen Train, becoming the highest grossing anime movie of all time, shattering a record that was previously held by Studio Ghibli's Spirited Away for more than a decade. Ufotable also produced the second season of Demon Slayer, which is currently airing in Japan and is being simulcast internationally by both Funimation and Crunchyroll. And that's it for that article. As I said, they also did Ninja Nonsense as well. Oh, that much I know. Damn. Yeah, I got caught on tax evasion. Not a good thing. Anyways. All right. So, anyways, moving on to the next article here. Going from one big name being potentially sent to prison to another one being honored. Talk about a flip of the coin there, huh? Aizokin and Tatami Galaxy director honored by Japanese government. So going from one person who is on their way to jail to another one who's being honored by the Japanese government. Let's see what this is all about. Keep your hands off Aizokin director Masaki Yuasa will be awarded Japan's medal with Purple Ribbon Award for his contributions to the arts. Article by Michael Lacerna, published 10 hours ago. You just double check again where we're at in time. Hour and 11, so we're making good. Like FMA equivalent exchange. Yeah, yeah, you could say that. All right, so let's see where we're going here. So, the Japanese government will officially recognize Keep Your Hands Off Izo, Izokin and Japan Sync's 2020 director Masaki Yuasa's contribution to the arts. As reported by the NHK, Yuasa will be the latest recipient of Japan's Medal of Honor with Purple Ribbon, an award given to artists who have excelled in their field and have made a significant impact to Japan's art and culture. Yuasa is well known as the director of many celebrated animated series, such as the Tatami Galaxy and Devilman Crybaby. Yuasa will be the latest manga and anime industry luminary to be honored with the award, with previous recipients including Studio Ghibli co founder Isao Takahata, Akira creator Katsuhiro Otomo, and Rama One Half and Inuyasha creator Rumiko Takahashi. Yuasa began his career working as an animator on series such as Chibi Maruko-chan and Crayon Shin-chan. Um, Many of you probably have seen Crayon Shin-chan, um, simply known as Shin-chan here in the States. If you might have seen it on Adult Swim or on Toonami like a few years ago, as well as Studio Ghibli's animated movie My Neighbors the Yamadas. The young artist made his directorial debut in 2004's Mind Game, which was based on the manga by Robin Nishi and produced by Studio 4 Degrees Celsius. The film received a cult following and was praised by other filmmakers, most notably Perfect Blue and Paranoia Agent director Satoshi Kon. Following that film's success, Yuasa took a position with animation studio Madhouse, where he directed several series that the most acclaimed of which 2010's The Tatami Galaxy, an adaptation of Tomihiko Morini's novel. The series was the first of Yuasa's works to be officially streamed internationally and is widely regarded by critics as one of the best anime series of the decade. Following the release of the Tatami Galaxy, Yuasa worked on a number of independent projects before establishing a new animation studio, Science Saru, with fellow animator and frequent collaborator Yoon Young Choi in 2013. Since then, the studio has worked on a number of critically lauded anime series and feature films, including the previously mentioned The Night is Short, Walk On Girl, and the anime adaptation of Keep Your Hands Off Aizokin. In March 2020, Yuasa stepped down from his role as president of Science Saru, but will continue to work with the company in a creative role. Choi now serves as president of the studio. The director recently completed his latest project, a musical animated film entitled Inuo, which premiered at the Venice Film Festival in September and will be given a theatrical release in 2022. Science Saru's latest anime series, a historical fantasy named The Hake Story, also premiered in September and is currently available for streaming through Funimation. The studio is also working on Tatami Time Machine Blues, a sequel to the Tatami Galaxy, which will be directed by Sunny Boy Shingo Natsumi. Oh, there we go with that one. I think we're almost done here. For one to be saved, one must be sacrificed. Yeah. Actually, it's kind of funny, Ledho. I was watching an episode of One Piece earlier as part of my afternoon block, and yeah, one of the characters said the exact same thing you just did. Just kind of funny how that all comes about. Which flavor of cart should I do? Cherry berry, blue demon, blackberry kush, or twilight bliss? I don't know. Not even sure what exactly you're talking about. Well, Toy is suggesting bliss. Yeah, I wonder. Goofy grape. I wonder if Cross Comics and Intense Webs are still. You guys still here? I've seen you guys pop up in a while there. Chat. I guess those two may have left simply because weren't doing comics news anymore. But now we have one more article to go through as I get to it. It's been a while since they've. Gonna go get a soda. Be right back. All right. Okay. Japan's Gundam cafes are closing down. After 11 years of service, Japan's chain of Gundam themed cafes will be closing down permanently in less than 3 months, likely due to travel downturn. Article by Dylan Desir, published 7 hours ago. After 11 years of service, Japan's chain of Gundam themed cafes has just 3 months left before they close down permanently. According to Sora News 24, Gundam Cafe announced the chain's closure on November 1st, which was yesterday. In a letter to its customers, there are currently 4 Gundam Cafe locations in Japan, 2 in Tokyo, specifically Akihabara and Odaiba, 1 in Osaka, and 1 in Fukuoka. Under normal circumstances, these locations received large numbers of tourists traveling domestically and internationally, so while no official reason for closure was given, in the letter, many have speculated that the severe travel downturn caused by COVID-19 pandemic played a large part in the decision to close the chain. Again, the idea of altering your life because of a virus. The announcement was unexpected, coming only days after the company announced new menu items. Yeah, usually if you were gonna introduce new menu items, you wouldn't be closing down. You know, Mobile Suit Gundam began as a TV anime series created in 1979 by Yoshiyuki Tomino, and animation studio Sunrise. The original show was a science fiction military drama that focused on the experimental giant robot known as Gundam. In decades since its release, the franchise has become widely popular in Japan and has spawned dozens of TV series, films, and OVAs, as well as manga, novels, video, and a whole industry of plastic model kits known as Gunpla. And of course, I've been going through a lot of the ones that they've dubbed. I'm currently on Gundam Build Fighters right now. It's part of my watching. The Gundam cafes offer food and drinks inspired by the anime and also sell a wide array of branded merchandise. Prior to the beginning of the pandemic lockdown, the chain's restaurant, as well as life size Gundam statues that are located throughout Japan, were popular attractions for both international tourists and domestic fans of the series alike. In the letter announcing the chain's closure, the company took a moment to thank its customers. And here, I guess, is a portion of the letter right here. Quote, we opened our first cafe in Akihabara in April of 2010, and our customers have supported us at every step along the way. On behalf of our entire staff, we are more grateful to you than words can express. We don't have much time left, but we will continue doing our utmost so that everyone who visits can have wonderful memories to take home. And we hope you'll enjoy yourselves at our cafes right up until the very end. Unquote. The final day for the cafe in Osaka will be January 10th, while the locations in Akihabara, Odaiba, and Fukuoka will close on January 30th, 2022. Cafe at the Gundam factory in Yokohama will remain open until March 2022. The company statement ends with, quote, please look forward to our next project, unquote, suggesting that the Gundam Cafe may eventually return at some point. So they may be closing, yeah, they probably are closing down because because of the because of the pandemic and what it's done to businesses overall. So that was the last of the main articles for tonight. So let's see where we at on time here. Hour 23. So we've actually made some good time for tonight here. Let's see. Let's see. I wish I had a goofy grape. I wonder if they make that. I'll find out when I road trip this winter. Going to grab some sushi. Be right back. Nice. Caused by socialist mind control. Just finishing bubble gut cart. And coughing up a lung. I can't. I can wait on the Twilight. Sweet show tonight. Yeah. Well, thank you. Yeah, it was sweet. We even had more people in here, even though the counter is screwing me over. I think at one point we may have had 6 or 7 people actually in here. So let's see. I think at one point, even though it never got up to that, I think let's see, I think at one point we had Batgoat, Woody, Leto, Toys, myself, Cross Comics, Intense Webs. There's 7 in DTP tokens. We could have had as many as 9 people in here tonight. I think at one point. Concurrent viewers is what I'm talking about, not like total viewers. But so anyways, that's still a good number. So we're at an hour and 25. We went slightly past 2 hours last night. Let's see. So, did any of you have any additional comment you want to make on any of the articles that we read through tonight? Reading about some of the dairy articles was pretty cool. Oh, that cool. Yeah, Solid was here. Yeah, so I think I did say that. See, as I said, Batgoat, Woody, Action, Leto, myself, Cross, Comics, Intense Wedge, DTP Token, and Solid. So yeah, 9 people. I can't wait to eat some in and out burger. I'd love to attend a Gundam cafe. Yeah, that might be interesting. Huh. Yeah. All right. So, anyways, so is there anything you guys want to add to the conversation? Anything on your minds that you want to bring up? If not, and start to wrap up. Maybe we can get to this day in each history if you guys want. Unless there's something else you guys want to ask about or talk about. Get it while you can, Batcoat. I hear they may be closing some of their places in comic. Yeah, actually, I've been seeing that on. Actually, Woody, you're right because I've actually seen that on Facebook. Actually, there's one up north that did actually, I think, get its doors closed. Um, due in part to a statement they made, basically saying they're not gonna, you know, just remember that redo of Healers Blu-ray comes November 9th. Good to keep in mind. Really, I'll look into that, Woody. And that isn't that already solid? Oh no. Yeah, his CEO made some kind of statement that said, "My place of business isn't your police force to check vaccine passports." Yeah, they made an actual full-on statement about it. Nice, yep. That is nice, Becca. A company that's actually standing up to this garbage. And thing, I know, we actually and from what we saw last night when we were reading, okay, back what we saw last night in one of the stories we read last night, Charles Schultz, who's known for creating Snoopy, um, he predicted this in a comic back in 1947. Evan commies, cancer to all of them. Yeah. Anyways, all right, so we're at an hour and a half now. Hmm. Just made a carbonated water, bought one of these soda streams, and it's the best thing since sliced bread. What do you do? Let him go out and actually get a soda fountain or a soda machine or something like that? Hey, I'm gonna step away from the computer for a moment. I'll be right back, guys. I just remembered too. Timothy Olsen came on too. So let's see. Let's see what you guys have been saying today. Yeah, it's like a soda machine saves on space. Let's see. About now, I know it's not your thing, Leto, but you can make soda beers. Let's see. Yeah, those look cool. I already have my Keurig. Oh, I'd have to put the panini grill away and make room. Looks good though. Instead of just buying bottle after bottle of bottled sparkling water and regular water, just buy water and have this thing. Plus, the flavors are pretty legit on it. Where do you buy the flavor for it? Let's see. Wish I had this when I used to drink so I could make a nice gin and tonic. Sipping on gin and juice, laid back. Got my mind on my money and my money on my mind. HEB. Exactly, Leto. Could you imagine a hard cream soda? Toys laugh out loud. Man, laugh out loud. I'm imagining now. Let's see. Don't do it, Leto. Stay sober. Sing it, laugh out loud. Laugh out loud. Mike Rowley in Compton. Well, he mentioned gin and tonic, so it reminded me, of course, of that Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre song. Sipping on gin and juice, laid back. Got my mind on my money and my money on my mind. And of course, Fat Goat says it again, Mike Rowley in Compton. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah. All right. Well, we're at an hour 37 now, guys. It looks like, um, was originally going to try to do two more stories, but I wasn't sure if I'd be able to get through them or not. Now, in hindsight, I think I might have been able to. Um, but I still think we got through some pretty interesting stories. Um, so, rap music, ugh. Well, solid. Some rap music can actually. My computer is acting up. I don't submit. I didn't submit that twice. Had y'all cover a niche already? No, not yet. I just letting you guys have a little free for all with see if you guys had anything more you want to talk about. But if you guys are ready to wrap up, um, we can do niche history and start wrapping up. I like the new time slot. Yeah, I'm glad you do. I'm hoping we can get more people in here and and consistently start getting closer to like 10 viewers and getting them to stay the whole time too. New time slot rocks. Yeah, yeah. Consistent viewing is what I'm hoping to gather here. So, all right. So, well, what do you guys want to do? You guys want to wrap up? Shall I go ahead and do this day in each history, or was there more you guys want to talk about? Susan agreed with you, Bat Goat, and Yopu say it twice. Susan Dixie. uh, well, maybe she does back up. Maybe the other night when you were talking about fornicating with her, maybe I don't know. Maybe you inadvertently turned her on. Just kidding. uh, I did a video, y'all. Not obligated to watch it, but if you watch, I won't be angry. I did nothing of the sort. uh, oh boy. Uh, Not go laugh out loud. Yeah, we had a yeah when you and I had a very funny exchange there when you said that the other night. Hmm. Wrap it up. Straight out of Compton. Yeah. Well, wrong spelling, but it's still. All right. So you guys ready to start wrapping things up then? Yeah, I don't think I'm pretty much talked out. So. 2005, 2001, and 1991. Yeah. Let's see now. Wrap it up like Easy E should have wrapped it up. Haha, we have a Compton, Arkansas. I'm just up the river from me. Just up the river from me. Very different population though. Matko and Susan sitting in a tree. Oh boy. Laugh out loud. Run DMC, Crush Groove, Chili Fresh. Okay. All right. I think we will start to kind of wrap up here. Uh huh. Anyways, so thank you guys for being here tonight again. Um, don't forget, of course, Fridays are historical comic retrospect, in which we will be continuing our look back to July 1938. We'll be looking at David McKay, and United Features. Let's see. What do you think of Toy Bounty Hunter's new channel direction since he returned? Man, laugh out loud. Yeah, I haven't watched as much of it because again, you know, like I haven't watched. I kind of peeked in a couple of times, yes, on him, but also I haven't been watching like Crows of Judgment lately. Just simply because, even yeah. Now, granted, we did it a little bit earlier tonight, you know, with that one article. Now I will give criticism where it's due, and we will do that. But I'm not necessarily going out trying to find, you know, not like I'm going out trying to find, oh, what's the latest trash fire we can all gawk at? What's the latest car wreck that we can all kind of gawk at as we sit there and go by? That's not necessarily my style. Now, granted, earlier tonight we did do that. Well, kind of did that a little bit. I think that's what kind of got DTP token. May have not have been fond of that, but and not to say that I won't give criticism where it's due, but yeah, I mean, as I said, I try to follow more niche more. You know, granted, there are some YouTubers out there that are more into like that drama. You know, let's look at the car wreck bit. But let's see. Seems like Crow streams just continue where the TBH streams leave off. Well, in a way, yeah, because they're part of the same community. Solid. They're part of the same community. And I know there's a lot of people out there who like to watch, who like to watch the car wrecks, who like to be the looky loos. Okay. It's an unfortunate part of our society that people, you see somebody crash and burn, and it's like, it's fascinating. It's like, on the one hand, I go, "Oh, thank God that's not me." And now that I know it's not me, now I can enjoy seeing the fire. It's like, that's not me. That's not really entertaining. I'd rather talk about comics and cartoons and anime and all that, and and have fun with that. Like we've been doing. So that's my thing. Car wrecks used to be how I got paid. Well, yeah, as a paramedic, I can understand that. That sounds like me. Laugh out loud. Look at the fire. Yeah, it's an expression of speech there, Leto. I don't literally mean that, but you know, I first learned about him appearing on the Flashcast. Yeah, I've known Crow for a while. Well, Crow, I got to know Crow and that crew, along with Flash and Tug and all them. Back during during the early days of the Vic saga. So I'm fully aware. In fact, I'm actually still a mod on Crow's channel. So Flashcast is the only reason I know who that Star Wars. Yeah, same here. Yeah, so all right. So now we're at hour 47. Now you guys are getting active. Now we're seeing you guys get active a bit here. Let's see now. Wait, so I'm not supposed to laugh at people's uh, car wreck of lives? Well, you can't. I mean, I'm not saying you can't, or that it's you know the problem with it is if you laugh at them, they're gonna laugh at you when it happens to you, and then that won't be so funny. You know, it's always funny when it's not you, but it's not so funny when it's you. Who is Crow and TBH? I think if they are worthwhile. Yeah, there are a couple of nice guys. Crow, as in Crows of Judgment. I've talked about him a couple of times. Um and and TBH is Toy Bounty Hunters. They're cool guys and all that. Just not not into the. I'm not a fan of that Star Wars girl or Aiden Paladin or Cecil either. Yeah, I've heard some people have some serious criticisms about Cecil, but again, I don't really know because I don't, again, I don't watch a lot of her streams, but I don't care if it happens to me. I'll laugh when it happens to me too. Hmm. I agree, solid. Toy Bounty Hunters is what led to your channel. Me either. Well, yeah, that was probably yeah, solid. That was probably back when that's back when he was covering more niche. That's when he was like doing a lot more of the like Power Ranger stuff and a lot more like the neat stuff, particularly the anime stuff. And he was, of course, covering Vic. Actually, everybody here is basically, by extension, people well, maybe not everybody, but basically most of you, I think, are basically people I met through just covering Vic. Batgoat, I know, came from Tug. Action Toys came from I think he came from Crumbion, the Knuckleheads. Leto, I think, might have came from Tug, I believe, as well. So yeah, so Woody, I think, came from Tug. I tune out immediately on Cecil. Anna, I can kind of stand on a Saturday flashcast. Oh, I came from Nick. Oh, okay. All right. I stand corrected. I know some of you may have came from Nick's stream as well. I came from Nick. I'm a Nick simp. Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, I knew it was. I knew it was from. I knew it was from one of those. I just didn't remember which. Even I can have a brain fart. Yeah. Alrighty then. So yeah, we covered some good articles. We had a pretty good talk afterwards. So why don't we finally? And I know I've said this already, but we got onto another side topic. We're at an hour 52 now, so we pretty much have almost run the full 2 hours here. By the time we're finished, we probably will have run the full 2 hours. So let me ask you guys: are you guys ready for this day in each history? Yeah, I'm still with Nick after all these years. Nick is our daddy. I came from Raging Golden. Well, not to me from Raging Golden Eagle because I don't really watch. I never got into watching Raging Gold. If anything, I've learned about Raging Golden Eagle through Flash. So, anyways, but I do watch Tug videos. Just hard to catch him live. Yeah, he was on earlier today. I know that much. Good show tonight, Mike Nietzsche. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, Batgoat. History. Yeah, Nietzsche. Great Nietzsche King. Yeah, all right. History. Why not? Her story. Laugh out loud. That's just how it is. He was. Dang it. Yeah. All right. So, without any further ado, let's today being Tuesday, November the 2nd, 2021. Let's take a look back at this day in Nietzsche history. All right. So, first off, we're going to head back 30 years ago today. As on this date 30 years ago today, on this date 30 years ago today, the original Muppet Babies cartoon, the 1984 version, one that I'm sure some of us had watched. In fact, I guess you guys can't see that, so to this. The original 1984 Muppet Babies on this day in 1991 finished its run on CBS. Some of you might remember it. It's like, let's see. And you wish that you were there. Just close your eyes and make believe, and you can be anywhere. Muppet, Muppet, Muppet. Babies, babies, babies. Gaga goo. So anyway, so on this date, 1991, 30 years ago today, the 1984 version, the original Muppet Babies, came to an end. Finished its run. So, Um, Anyways, moving on to the next piece of niche history here. On this day in 2001, 20 years ago today, Negro Casas and El Hijo del Santo defeated Rey Bucanero and Ultimo Guerrero for the CMLL, Consejo Mundial de Lucha Libre, translated as World Council of Professional Wrestling, World Tag Team Championships. This is the company that was originally known as Empresa Mundial de Lucha Libre, or World Empire of Professional Wrestling. This CMLL is essentially the oldest active continuous professional wrestling promotion in the world today. They have been around since, I think, 1934. They've been around for something like 77 years. So on this date, 20 years ago today, Negro Casas and El Hijo del Santo defeated Rey Bucanero and Ultimo Guerrero to win the CMLL World Tag Team Championships. So, and we do have one more. Let me just get kind of caught up here in let me just get caught up here on some of these more recent. I noticed a lot of Yellow Flash, Rakeda, Tug, etc. followers don't follow our Raging Golden Eagle as well. Yeah. Rocks on the Flashcast. Ready. Imagine if someone logged in when Mike sings Kakaku. Yeah, that would be funny. Never cared for that cartoon. Yeah, I kind of watched it a little bit more earlier on, obviously. Ran for like 8 seasons, so um, I saw you give that big don't know to Krigler today, Pat Goat. I log right out of chat. Like, nope. Laugh out loud. Uh, yeah, I like Adam. It was cool to see Nick there at the fun chat. Lots of cool people. Yeah. All right. So, anyways, one last piece of niche history before we head out, as we're at an hour 58. So we're going to 2 straight nights where we've gone 2 hours, 2 hours plus. So yeah, I think this might have been a good move for a number of reasons. Yeah, I think we've all been able to maintain our energy levels too. We're not like conking out towards the end. So I think it did actually do some good to move it an hour earlier. All right, so on this date back in 2005, 16 years ago today, from Archie Comics, the 155th issue of Sonic the Hedgehog went on sale on this date back in 2005. On this day back in 2005, the 155th issue of Sonic the Hedgehog from Archie Comics went on sale. Don't know if any of you even knew that they did a comic adaptation of Sonic the Hedgehog. I didn't till I saw this, but cover price was $2.25 for 32 with a 32-page count. So on this date, 16 years ago today, the 155th issue of Sonic the Hedgehog went on sale from Archie Comics. So there we go. So that's all of niche history tonight. Let's kind of cut up. That's kind of all right. Nick streaming again. Yeah. Yeah, he's doing 2 a day right now because I think he's covering the Kyle Rittenhouse case and then doing other stuff for the night stream. At 11, 11 your time, 9 my time. Great move, Mike. We're on board. Yeah. Laugh out loud. Nick's a crazy person. That Sonic cover is a meme waiting to happen. Laugh out loud. Well, remember that was from 16 years ago too. Um, Leto. 6 hours of streaming earlier. Yeah, it was fun. It was a fun one too. Well, Central is the only time that matters. At least to you guys, great stream. To you guys, yeah. To me, I'm on the West Coast, or as people like to sometimes call it, the left coast. Anyways, guys, thank you guys for being here. I'm glad that thus far the move is proved to be a pretty good one. I think, as I said, not only are we starting to get more now, if we can just get more people to stay in here throughout the whole show, that would be nice too. But but I'm glad you guys are always here. I know we're gonna miss Leto Wednesday through Friday because this normally is nap time before he goes to work. But hopefully you'll catch the replays and still get the information, anyways. Um, anyways, guys, thank you again. I hope to see everybody back here tomorrow. Until then, bye.